Hi, I'm Matt Haas. Welcome to another What's Going On with Matt Haas show. And got to thinking, who out there worries about stuff? Do you worry about stuff? I worry about stuff. But let's take a different approach to this, because there's a lot of advice out there on what to do and how to deal with stuff. But look at it from the other point of view. Instead of worrying about what could go wrong, why don't you worry about what could go right? Hang with me here. One of my woodworkers I look up to has a huge channel. His name's Jimmy DiResta, very popular on the YouTubes. People were kicking around some of this business talk, and it was how to deal with this potential problem, or what's going to happen if this, what do you do if this goes wrong? And I got to thinking, all right, I'm going to jump into this conversation. But then Jimmy says, well, what if everything goes right? And I'm like, yes, that's a problem. Because hi, Stuart, I've known a lot of people who get into something and then things start going their way. A lot of people in the maker space, because I'm a woodworker and a lot of my friends make stuff and they sell them, well, they find themselves dealing with shipping because they have too many orders, or they can't keep ahead of their orders. What if the side hustle income is getting to the point where they're going to report the earnings, and then you'll have a 1099? Like, that's a good problem to have. I guess what I'm saying is sometimes you've got to think through what could happen if everything goes right, because it happens. And when you're ready for it, you can deal with it. A lot of people have growth and they're not equipped to deal with it very well. That could be you. But you don't want to just meander and then run into these issues. You need forethought. Who was it? I think it was Leonardo da Vinci was like, the worst thing you can do is have an absence of forethought. He thought through everything. Anyway, yeah. So these are some problems that you could deal with, that I would love to deal with. I mean, I don't have all of these issues, but you could have a lot of orders coming in, and a lot of business coming in, and a lot of positive information. These are problems. These are good problems you want to have. Hi, Marilyn. I was just thinking about a time when someone I look up to in the business world, in the content creation world, the conversation was talking about things that can go wrong and how to head off things that could go wrong. He was like, well, what if everything goes right? And, here's someone who's doing what they love, making stuff, has more than enough work. The YouTube videos are just, everyone's more popular than the next. Yeah, you could have these types of problems. And wouldn't it be good if you had those types of problems? People keep saying, well, what are you going to do if you win the lottery? And I'm like, did you ever really think about what you would do if you won the lottery? I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars. A lot of people say, I'm buying a house, I'm getting a jet, buying a helicopter, buying an island. Yeah, but what would you really do? Did you really think about if that happened to you? Well, there's an answer to that question. What you should do is tell no one, put it in a plastic baggie, get a safety deposit box at a bank, put the ticket in the safety deposit box. Then you march yourself into the nearest big city, and you go to a wealth management lawyer office, a wealth management firm, and you get counsel, and they can set up a trust, a blind trust in your name, and then the trust will get the ticket from the lottery and deposit the money into the trust, and then you can, in obscurity, have access to that, all the while getting security for yourself. I mean, this is something that you would need to do. And then how do you deal with when people, if you do tell people How do you deal with that? What you do, you say, okay, these 20 family and friends, you in before you even mention it, you're like, okay, they're each getting 20 grand. And then you have the conversation. I won the lottery. It's it's life-changing money. What I'm going to do is I have $20,000 set aside from you. This is yours. This is it. You're not getting any more. Don't come back to me with more, and keep it on the down low. And these are good problems to have, but go through the thought experiment and do it with your business. What if people start loving what if you can't make videos fast enough? Your audience is like, where's the next video? What if you let people down? You're like, I expected a video from you on Monday and it's not there. Good problems to have. Think through this stuff, because sometimes when you go through the thought exercise, it will happen. I know people are like, oh, put what you want out into the universe and it will manifest, and that can get kind of, but I think there might be something to that. So I just thought it would be fun to go through that thought exercise and really have forethought into what you're doing and where you see yourself 10 months out, a year and a half out, 2 years out, 5 years out. Try and think through that, because you just don't want to blindly march forward and be reactive. You've got to make stuff happen. Yeah, definitely fun exercises, says Sarah. Good morning, Marilyn. Always good to have all of my friends here in the on the video. Well, I think I'm going to leave that here. Drop a like or this video will self-destruct. Oh, there it went. I love that thing. I think I'm going to make this purchasable, my fun little blue screen of death. I think that's fun. I think I'm going to make a couple more of these geeky live streaming type fun overlays. They seem to be, they seem to add a lot of value and a lot of fun. And I think people are going to, maybe a couple of people have asked to get that, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be too successful at it. Who knows? All right, I'm signing off. Go think about these things. Plan. Oh, great. I'm glad you love them. From one artist to another. All right. Excellent. Oh, and speaking of artists, Sarah, I've been all into Procreate, which is a drawing app on the iPad, and it can mimic charcoal and watercolor and oil. And yeah, awesome. I'm getting back into creating visual art from scratch, and I dig it. Okay, gotta run.